I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Keep my way up, you know I go, you know go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Keep my way up, you know I go, you know go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's spouting. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, you know I go, you know go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, you know I go, you know go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I managed.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Gun. Cut. 11 MT. Stop.
They go play action with Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jaquan Brisker, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go.
The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long.
11 mighty. 11 MT. 11 Thomas.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, and that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
11 MT. Hey. 11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he'll be out right at the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition is so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? He
rifles one that's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT.
Play action. It's Burrow. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's good for the Lions.
From the gun, here's Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 2.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. They run right side with Hunt. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He was brought down by that gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
12. 11 MT. 11 MT.
They'll try and run for it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year, and the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out. and that could be their Achilles heel.
11, 12, 12.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you can move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
11.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And some room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down. And they go play action now. Burrow out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Here we go.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Chark. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
It's a gain of 2. That's another.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The Lions at 6-5 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And this one complete to Will Fuller.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Play action. It's Fields.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got it in the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
On 4th down, Fields.
That's to his running back, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll run with Montgomery, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
Bears 21, Lions 14. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
11, Thomas.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And short calls it in. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here we go.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
12, 12, 12. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Outright completes it to Jarwin. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields completes a Mooney on the slant. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in here by Fuller.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Here's Fields.
His throw incomplete.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Off play action, Fields.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Fields throwing again.
He's going to air one out.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They snap it to Fields.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. So they converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can log it for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Burrow. That one caught downfield by Jarwin.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
This is Swift on the counter.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Throws Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jamison Williams. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Claybrook's going to bring this one out.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here comes Mooney now on the jet sweep. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Fields. Buying time to his left. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And
now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Sliding out of the pocket. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On play action, Fields rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 31, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
Here we go. And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
Get set. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow on play action. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
If we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Here we go, here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Dancing to his left.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
From the 24, Burrow. Open man right side is Sharp. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here we go, here we go.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give right side Swift.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Burrow. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
To try again after the sack.
Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Burrow will throw. Throw left side complete. That's Perkins.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. And he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Man open left side, it's Williams. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams
with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Lions take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily on the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on second down. Fields looking left side, and it's complete. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
Touchdown, Bears! David Montgomery, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. But he will find the end zone again, so he gets the touchdown and the two-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?